And welcome back to the Robbins Park Open. We are here on hole 1 with Porter teeing off. Let's see what he can do. It's a pretty decent tee off, but it does dip low, and he will unfortunately have to take a drop penalty here. Stroke penalty. Here is his third shot. A little practice swing there. And he leaves it short, and he is definitely not too happy about that. Let's see if he can redeem himself here. And the situation does not get better for him. This is going to be a long shot for a double bogey. And he gets it there. And I believe this will be a triple bogey on a par 3. Not the best start for Mr. Porter. And never mind, he will get... Okay, yes, he did get a triple bogey. Apologies. He did get a triple bogey. My scoring was off. That was a triple bogey there. And here we go to hole 2. It is a straight shot down to the hole, which is in a shadow. And that is a pretty good shot for him, but it is over and into the yard of the neighbor. And he will take the drop penalty and will play it right there for his third stroke here for par. And Porter puts it to the right of the hole, and it's about 10 or so feet away for bogey. Puts it close, can't get it, and this will be double bogey. Gets it in. Now, you might be wondering that some of these shots are not going in the actual hole, they're just hitting the green. Well, rules are in the neighborhood tour is that if you hit the green or any part of the hole, then it counts, because it is very hard to hit out of this rough, and we are going to try to make it as realistic as possible as we have here at the Robbins Park Open. But here's Porter with his second shot, poor tee off, gets it there, and it bounces off the fountain, and he is in quite the spot there in the sand, or actually no, the dirt pit. He was able to scoop it out. It's in the bush, but it did trickle down and land in the mulch. And here he goes for his fourth stroke, I believe. Gets it there. The hole is just about about 8 or so yards from where he is right now, at the edge of the street. Can he make the situation any better? It's been an abysmal start here. Alrighty, that is a pretty good hit right there. Can he get it in here? And no, he cannot. And the situation has just gone from bad to worse for Porter. This is a terrible start. Just on hole 3. And he's already got 11, which, according to my notes, is 2 over. But this is definitely going to put him way more than 2 over right now. And he finally puts it back on to the green, but now he's put it right back over a bunker, so he's going to have to try to shoot this one. Gets it there. I don't even know what stroke we're on. I've lost count. And there he taps it in. 9 strokes. Wow. Jeez, that is definitely a hole right there. And here he goes for hole 4. Practice swing there. Hole 4 is a long par 5. Let's see what Porter can do here. Just over the hazard area. And that is a beautiful tee off there. And that will sit. And that is a beautiful start to this par 5. He could turn this into an eagle, but he's going for albatross now. Puts it over, and it does dig into the rough, so it'll be a tough eagle shot if he wants to get it here. Let's see what he can do. Gets it out. Oh, and he will have to settle for, let's see. Yep, that was hole 4. That was a par. Now let's see what he's got here. And he has a pretty good tee off there for hole 5. It is a penalty, however. Actually, no, it is not a penalty. It landed on the edge of the grass. correction, it is a penalty. My notes were wrong, and he did get it in there for an eagle, actually. Pretty impressive there with the one-stroke penalty. I will have to fire the person doing the notes, as they are horribly off on some of these. And that is a pretty good tee off. And see, Porter is a closer. He can bring it together at the end, on the back five, and he can get it together. Or can he? Absolute abysmal shot right there. And that is not the way he wants to go. He could get a par right here, which would definitely save him. And he does. A nice par there on hole 6 as we move into hole 7. Hole 7 is just a straight shot about 30 yards across the hazard area as Porter takes 2 practice swings. Will he keep up his good fortune here on the back 5? And I have jinxed him, and that shot only went about 5 yards, and it was a horrible shot, and he knows it. Porter has fallen apart completely. And goodness gracious, it is ugly. To be fair, though, until Grant goes, he will have the course record. So he can flex that he was the person with the first course record. And here he goes for his next shot. And it's an even worse shot, and he knows it, and he is just absolutely falling apart here. Finally gets it over, and he puts it long, way over, and he is definitely not happy about that. It will be a penalty, and here we go. And he hits the tree. I think he's hit every part of this course that you could possibly hit, folks. I don't know what stroke he's on, but this is just an insanely bad performance. Oh, my goodness. Now trying to get out of the bunker, uses the club length rule. Now, I forgot to address this earlier, but you can scoop the ball and try to get on the green when you're within 10 feet. And that's not what he did at all. He just went for it, and he tossed the club because he is absolutely furious. And to be honest, I would too. And geez, I'm starting to think it's that towel that's weighing him down, but I don't know. Chooses it to put it on his head, so it's interesting. Interesting technique here with his putts, and finally gets it in for, goodness gracious, he got 9 on that. Wow. Jeez. Hole 8, and goodness gracious, he's playing it from the yard of the neighbors. And he's already flings the club. Oh my goodness. And it's rolling all the way over there, where he will play it from another neighbor's yard. We need a neighbor's yard counter. We need to add that to the channel. Now, I do have a correction as he's taking the shot. It was 10, by the way, on that par 4, hole 7. We did switch up hole 7 and hole 8 on the course on accident, so we are adjusting. I apologize. And here's Porter faking like he's about to send this thing to the moon. And he finally gets it on the green, and he is excited. The one time you will see him excited this entire Open. And it counts. He says it counts. I think it did. So we'll move on. I don't think it did. Yeah. Anyway, here's Porter teeing off. Pretty decent tee off there. Definitely got some distance on it with that pitch wedge that he's using. And it's actually a pretty good spot. Pretty good lie there. You can chip it right through an opening that will lead to the hole. Now, this hole 9 is a bit tricky. Yes, you have to tee off from my house. It is quite the distance there from the tee off spot. I believe it is around 50 to 60 yards, and this is a par 5. And I don't know what he's doing. I think he thinks he's a hockey player now because he has hit the ball so many times that I have lost count. And this is starting to look like field hockey instead of golf. Nothing against Porter, though. Oh, and as he fixed the green because it blew over to the wind, due to the wind, we've been having some problems with the hole, but, we try our best. And he puts it over in another penalty area. And goodness gracious, Porter. I mean, he had a good run going on holes 5 and 6, and then it just completely fell apart. But in reality, Porter did put up a pretty good fight today, as he will tap that in for plus 20. Thank you for watching.